What's up, YouTube? So today I want to talk about something that to me is kind of frustrating. Um, as a trader who's been trading for quite a long time, I think the number one issue, in my opinion, in trading and maybe in any form of entrepreneurship in general, is probably not committing to one thing. So today I want to quickly talk about that. I know a lot of people in trading especially have trouble with committing to stuff. And in my opinion, it doesn't have to be that complicated. I feel like the reason why everything is so complicated nowadays is mainly because of marketing. Um, Obviously, there's a lot of people bringing out new concepts and giving it a new name. For example, renaming imbalance by calling it fair value gap, internal fair value gap, inefficiencies, whatever. And essentially it all boils down to the same thing. So I feel like stuff like that makes it really hard for, especially for beginning traders, to focus on one thing. Now, the thing is that in trading, it's highly important to focus on one thing. I remember when I first started trading, I was trading support and resistance on the 1 hour time frame, if I remember correctly. And I remember doing pretty well actually with that. But then I obviously went on YouTube or on Instagram and I saw someone doing way better than me. At least that's what I thought. Why? Well, it's because he was posting screenshots of him making 10K a week and I was not at that level. So I felt like I had to stop doing what I was doing and I had to start doing what this guy was doing. And then I ended up learning his strategy and that worked well for a little bit. And then I saw someone else who was doing even better. And that's when I decided to switch to his strategy. Now, I feel like this is so common in trading, especially. I feel like people tend to give their strategy maybe a month, maybe 2 months, and then they'll go and switch to something else because they see someone doing better. And it doesn't necessarily have to mean like switching up strategies. It can also be about switching time frames, switching confluences, switching your risk to reward ratio, switching your risk per trade. Stuff like that is ultimately what's going to end up basically ruining your long-term success as a trader. So today I kind of want to talk about why it's so important to stick to one thing and to commit to one thing. And in general, not even in trading. If you give yourself 1 year to stick to one thing, let's say you have a strategy that you know is profitable because it's been proven to be profitable for example, other traders, or you've tested it yourself for a while and you know it came out profitable. I would challenge you guys to stick to one thing for a whole year. Now, I bet 99% of traders, especially beginner traders, can't do this. Why is that? It's because whenever they get a losing month or they get a losing week, they'll go on Instagram or they'll go on Discord and they'll see someone who just passed their FTMO account and they think that what they're doing is wrong and they have to switch strategies and then they'll be profitable. What they don't know, however, is that every strategy has profitable months and every strategy has losing months. And there's no way around that. And if anyone ever tells you that they never have losing months or they never have losing weeks, they're lying to you. I've spoken to many professional traders, and even for hedge funds, it's pretty common to have a losing month, maybe even 2 or 3 losing months in a row. And that's totally normal. That's just the reality of trading. And it's been kind of sugar-coated nowadays by marketing, talking about how you can make 20% a day or 500K a day by following this simple strategy. I mean, you'll see it everywhere. There's basically videos everywhere online saying this sniper strategy made me $15 million in 1 day. It's a bunch of bullshit like that that's ultimately going to end up ruining a lot of traders' expectations about trading, but also their road to success is going to take a lot longer because they feel like they should be making these insane returns. And that's not what it's about. It's about having consistent returns. If you can make 3 to 4 hours a month, in my opinion, you're a really good trader. And if you can do that consistently, you'll be able to attract investor capital pretty easily. And usually it's also not necessarily a problem of returns. It's mainly about capital. Let's say you're trading on a 100K account and you make 3 to 4 hours a month. That's about 3 to 4K a month. Well, let's say you're trading on 10 million, for example, 3 to 4 hours, that's 300 to 400 grand. So that's usually the issue. It's more about capital than it is about returns. So don't try and go for these high RR bullshit strategies. So what I kind of want to tell you is that try committing to one strategy for just a whole year. Collect your own data, Don't look at Discord, don't look at Instagram, don't look at all of these traders claiming to make 50 million a day. That's not how it works. For me, what really clicked, like my aha moment, so to say, was kind of when I realized that looking at other traders was kind of useless, and I was only like bringing myself down. And I guess for me, it really started to pick up when I told myself, I've had enough. I'm not going to look at any other strategies. I can't be bothered with anything. I'm just going to stick to this one strategy. I know it's profitable. It might not be the most profitable strategy out there, but I don't need the most profitable strategy. I just need a strategy that works well for me. Might not be the most profitable strategy out there, but it works well. I've tested it. It's proven to be profitable. It also shows me that I can afford to have a couple of losing months in a year, which is totally fine with me, but I'm just going to stick to it. I'm going to do this. I'm going to master this exact strategy, and then I'll see where I go next. And what do you know? A year later, after trading that exact strategy for an entire year, I would say about after 2 months of trading that, I started to kind of get it. And then maybe after half the year, maybe after 6 months, I was starting to get some real consistent returns with it. And then my win rate just slowly increased more and more as I got more experience and as I got more used to this strategy. And it's the same strategy I'm trading today. It's a very simple strategy. It's probably the easiest strategy I've ever traded. And I've been trading since 2018, and I've traded 100 different strategies. And now, ever since I'm profitable, I've always traded pretty much the simplest strategies. I mean, I used to day trade back in the day, but for the most part, what I'm trading right now is very, very simple. And like I said, it's probably not the best strategy out there. It's probably not going to make the most returns you can get, but it works for me. It works really well. It works for a lot of our students too. And it's very, very simple, and it's very consistent, and it brings me peace of mind, which in my opinion, as a trader, that's the most important part, having peace of mind. So yeah, I guess what I want to say is just try to commit to one thing. Learn a strategy. If you know that strategy is profitable, and let me tell you, there's hundreds of strategies out there that are profitable. If you know that strategy is profitable, stick to it. Don't try and look for something else. Don't keep thinking to yourself, well, maybe this one suits me better. Maybe that one suits me better. Just make a choice, go all in, commit to a strategy for 1 year, and I can guarantee you that you'll find success with the strategy. I honestly genuinely think the issue is that people can't commit to anything nowadays. It's always a lack of patience. Everyone's expecting to make 10K a month in the first 2 weeks of trading. It's not how it works. What you want to do, and this is how they did it back in the day as well. If you got picked up by professional traders, this is how they would teach you. They would teach you their system, teach you their strategy. They tell you to start trading with that strategy for a whole entire year with either a demo account or a small capital, like 10K, for example. And then if you get profitable with that strategy, they'll slowly scale you up. Basically how it works in any other business. Build your stock, for example, and then eventually grow and grow and grow. And that's how they do it in trading as well. You get picked up by a professional trader, they'll give you their strategy, they'll teach you their system, they'll give you a demo account or a small account, they'll tell you, go and trade this system for a whole year. I want you to collect data on it, I want you to backtest it, I want you to trade it live for a whole year, and then next year we'll evaluate where you're at, and then we'll scale up your capital if you're doing well. And this is what trading is about. Do you really think these professionals are going to tell you, try this strategy for 2 weeks and see if you like it? If you don't like it, we'll give you something else. And then they try that for 2 weeks, and they'll say again, if you don't like it, we'll give you something else. That's not how it works, guys. I mean, but that's the issue though. A lot of people know that's not how it works, but their subconscious kind of tells them that maybe this is the holy grail. And trust me, I've been there, and it's what leads traders into this endless cycle of always looking for more and always looking for something better. And there is nothing like that. Let me just tell you that straight up front. There's nothing better. There's no holy grail. All you need to do as a trader is find a system, make sure that system is profitable by collecting data on it, backtest it enough so that you really get to know the ropes, and then stick to it for a whole year. Just commit to it for 1 year. And I can guarantee you, if you can commit to that one strategy that you know is profitable for 1 year, I can guarantee you that you'll see consistency. The issue is that 99% of traders won't be able to. 99% of traders will try a strategy for a couple of weeks, maybe a couple of months, and then they'll go on social media and they'll see someone grabbing a 1 to 100 R, and they'll be brainwashed into thinking that they need to try that strategy. So please just try to commit to one thing for a long period of time, and I can guarantee you, you will see profitable results. And this is how it works in every form of business, really. You can't expect to be profitable right at the beginning. You can't expect to always do the right thing. You're going to make mistakes, but as you gain experience and as you stick to what you know best, eventually you'll start to see profitable results. And eventually, as you gain more and more and more experience, you'll also become better at, for example, selling stuff if that's your business. And that's the same way with trading. It's funny because also a couple of friends of mine, they own a capital management firm, and they've got about 8 traders right now, and all of those traders have their own system. So they're not all trading the exact same strategy. That's because they all know their own strategy the best. So for example, one guy is really focused on supply and demand trading on the daily time frame, for example, right? And then there's someone else who's really focused on trading with indicators. And then there's someone else who's really focused on trading support and resistance. And the reason they do that is basically because it's diversification for the firm, for the capital management firm as well, but also because they know that those traders are really good at what they know best, which is their strategy. Why is that? That's because they've traded that strategy for a long period of time. They haven't gone and switched it up constantly. They traded that strategy for a long period of time. They know it works. And they know if they gain experience with it, they'll get better and better and better at that. So kind of to summarize is don't look at Discord. Don't look at all these traders claiming to do 100R a month. You should also remember that there's a lot of traders out there who like to fake their results and who like to bullshit everyone basically. So please just find something that works for you and commit to it and really stick to it. Collect your data on it. Give it time, honestly. I think the worst thing as a trader you can do is switch strategies constantly. I get a lot of messages from one of these communities that I was in back in the day. And there's people in there who basically they're doing well, but then they get a losing streak of like 2 or 3 trades. And then they'll look at Discord or they'll look on Instagram and they'll see someone who just passed their FTMO challenge and they think to themselves, I must be doing something wrong. I'm gonna throw months and months of work out the window so I can try this guy's strategy. Not knowing that maybe next month it's gonna be your profitable month and it's gonna be his losing month. So with that said, I guess I just want to say that I really want you guys to stick to something. Commit to one strategy, commit to one business idea, whatever it is. In general, I guess in life, it's all about committing to something. It's about discipline, really, showing up every day, doing the same thing. I mean, trading is supposed to be really boring, guys. Like when I trade probably 15 minutes a day because I have a swing trading strategy, which is incredibly simple. I trade 15 minutes a day. I don't look at the charts. I don't mess around with my trades. I just follow something that I've been doing for the last couple of years that I know works, that I know gives me a profitable edge in the markets, and I just stick to it. And I get losing months. In fact, in the last 2 years, so in the last 24 months, I've had 4 losing months. So that means 4 months I've lost money, but still, over the past 24 months, I am still in profit. So yeah, I guess that's just a little rant about what I wanted to say about, committing to something. I think it's the biggest issue nowadays in trading. It's the always looking for better, always trying to find something that works better for you, always hoping for something that's going to work better for you. Unfortunately, there is no such thing. At some point, you're going to just have to accept that this is a strategy that you're going to trade, and this is what suits me. Nothing is going to suit you 100% either. Like there's always going to be some parts of a strategy that you don't like, but you'll have to accept that. So at some point, you'll have to accept that this is my strategy. It might not be perfect, and it might not be the best strategy out there, but it works for me. I know it gives me profitable results. I know it's profitable because it's been tested and it's been proven profitable. And I know if I stick to it long enough without changing up any of my rules, I will eventually come up profitable. But the one thing that's really important is to be able to commit to it, which once again, that's where 99% of traders fail. I mean, I guess it's also a lot about expectations, really. A lot of people have unrealistic expectations in trading, thinking they can make 20R a month every single month. That's not how it works. If it was, Trust me, the best hedge funds in the world will be picking these traders up just like that. So with that said, I hope this video helped some of you out. Once again, please don't fall for any of these bullshit strategies or for any of these bullshit gurus claiming to make $1 million a day. That's not how it works. All right, guys, take care. I hope to see you guys in the next video.